Good
Mr.
afternoon.
Nathan, you can hear me. Yeah,
Good
how you doing
afternoon.
today?
I'm fine. I'm good. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you
Yes,
loud and
I'm.
clear.
I'm good. I'm fine. Thank you.
All right. It's
Yes.
nice to be here. It's nice to have every one of you here. And today, we're going to be carrying out our webinar as usual, but then there is going to be some amazing tips and insightful knowledge I'm going to be sharing at the end. So I think uh most people here are beginners. Is that right? Apart from Mr. Nathaniel. I think Mr. Nathaniel has been attending our webinars back to back. Is that not so?
Yes. Sir.
Yeah, so I think I kind of know that name. And okay, so welcome everybody. Welcome to this webinar hosted by Learnity. While we are still waiting for other people to join, we are just going to dive right straight into what we have because our time is limited. All right, we need to allocate some time to this webinar and move on to other things. As they say in goals, time is money, so we don't need to waste too much time on anything. All right, welcome once again. My name is Philip. I am your host for this webinar, and we are going to be talking about one of the most important and effective tool that we use in trading the financial markets. All right, so I know that most of you or some of you who are here might be experienced in using these tools, but please just give those the people joining the webinar who are relatively new the capacity to join us to carry along to reach that level where you are. All right. So if we are talking about some things you already know, do not just jump away from the webinar because even after we talk about what you think you might already know, at the end I'm going to be sharing some insightful tips. So you might want to stick to the end and grab some insightful knowledge from what happened this week. And also I'll give a uh, review or forecast for what I'm expecting on my watch list. So if you want to know what I'm looking for next week on the chart, do well to stay to the end of this webinar. All right. So we are going to be talking on the MetaTrader, right? And I'll share my screen in a minute. Like I said, it is one of the most important, if not the most important tool for the financial markets. All right. Why is it the most important? Because think of it, if there was no MetaTrader, there was no Xness, all right, or we do not have our brokerage firm, most of these tools and most of us will not be trading, will not have that ability to trade, right? Would not have that ability to do what we want to do, which is trade. All right. So if these tools do not exist, the only people who are going to be trading are the institutional brokers, right? The hedge funds and all those people who need to have some certification before you actually have to trade. All right. But thanks to our brokerage firms, thanks to MetaTrader, thanks to every other technology out there, we are able to get into this market and we have a very low barrier entry to this market. All right. So regardless of your background, regardless of where you come from, you can easily start trading the foreign exchange market as long as you have the right knowledge and you have what it takes to actually trade this market. You will be able to, take your own share of the cake. All right, in this market. All right. So if you can see my screen, just give a thumbs up or just let me know and just give me a thumbs up. All right, cool. That means everybody can see my screen. That's good. So we are going to be talking on MetaTrader, all right, and we are going to be looking on how to use MetaTrader like without confusion in today's webinar. But before we dive right into the using of MetaTrader, what is MetaTrader? Right. MetaTrader is actually a trading platform that was developed by MetaQuote for traders to access the financial market. All right. This was the first ever not first ever, but it was the first widely known and very popular tool that would be able to integrate um, your brokerage platform and allow you, I mean, your brokerage account to your brokerage platform and allow you trade on the MetaTrader. All right, so it is just like a tool that allows you to log into whatever brokerage account you have. All right, if you have multiple brokerage accounts, different, or if you have different accounts inside the same brokerage firm, all right, you can use MetaTrader to log into each of those accounts. So it is like a tool that enables us to execute, carry analysis, and manage open positions. All right. So when we talk about the MetaTrader is actually a tool that we basically, the main function of this tool is to basically carry out executions and analysis and manage your position sizes. And you can also do other things, right? Now, this application comes in two forms, right? You have the application for your desktop or your PC, and you also have the application for your mobile, regardless of what type of operating system you're using, be it Apple or Android, right? You are going to get this application on it. All right, so this application serves as a bridge between we traders and our brokerage platform, which provides us with the tools for analyzing the market and placing trades and also managing our portfolios. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to download this MetaTrader. All right, so if you do not know what a MetaTrader is, you now know what a MetaTrader is, and now I am going to show you how to download this MetaTrader because it's very important. Now, if you're using your desktop, which I am, all you simply need to do is go to either google.com or just search for MetaTrader. All right, and you can go for MetaTrader download. Now, there are two versions of this MetaTrader. We have the MetaTrader 4 and we also have the MetaTrader 5. But the most efficient and the most stylish and the most accepted is the MetaTrader 5 because it has a lot of feature. So just think of the MetaTrader 4 as an old school type of MetaTrader and the MetaTrader 5 as the Gen Z MetaTrader, right? Because it has so many features that is pleasing to the eye and it is really really amazing. So most traders go for the MetaTrader 5, except you are one of the OGs who like the not so stylish platform and you want to go for the MetaTrader 4. Well, any of them is fine as long as you are able to carry out what you want to carry out, which is execution of trade and managing of your portfolio. So we are going to give this a minute to load. Don't know why it's taking time. Okay, so it's loading. So once you search for MetaTrader, whether 4 or 5 download, anyone you want to do, but personally I prefer MetaTrader 5. So you can just go to this first link. That link should be a MetaTrader. You should have a MetaTrader.com. All right, click on that and you should be able to download the MetaTrader platform on your PC. Now, if you are using a mobile phone, right, and you want to get this platform, you are going to go to your Play Store, be it your Google Play Store or your Apple Play Store. All right. So if you go to your Play Store, you search for MetaTrader, you'll see the two of them, be it MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5. You see the both of them, and you can easily download them on your mobile phone. So it is very easy to download them. Once you download them, you'll be able to sign up or sign into your account. Now, another important thing with this MetaTrader is that before you use this MetaTrader, you need to have a brokerage account. All right, you need to have a brokerage account. Now, what is a brokerage? For those of you who do not know what a brokerage is a platform that links you to the trading market, to the um, foreign exchange market. All right. So when we talk about brokerage firms, we're talking about people like Xnet. We're talking about company like Xnet. All right. Xnet is one of the best brokerage firm out there because they give you so many benefits to enjoy as a trader. Right. So if you're a trader, you are in for the market for profit. You should always trade with Xnet because Xnet give you less slippages. They give you the best spread. You have zero hidden fees and commissions. And the best part of it is that their um, their customer support is very, very reachable, and you get to withdraw anytime you like during the week. So unlike other brokerage firms where you have to wait for 1 week before you get your money, if you are someone who makes a lot of profit and you want to spend your money during the weekend, you have to wait for about a week to get your money processed. But with Xness, you can get your money in less than 10 minutes. All right, as long as you place your withdrawal that day, you're still going to get your money that day in less than 10 minutes. I do this a lot. I withdraw from Xness a lot, and that is why I recommend that you should also trade with Xness. Right. So to actually get started with Xness, as you can see, they are a very, very wonderful firm here. You can go over to their page and um, read about them, and you see the amazing things, and you see why I actually stick with them. So the easiest method of you going to Xnest is if you go to this chart, if you are if you actually sorry, pardon me, I have some kind of cough. So just go to the chat box of this webinar, go to the chat box, and you would see the the links to Xnest. All right, you see the link to Xnest, and you can actually just sign up an account from that. All you need to do is just go to the chat box menu. If you go to the chat box menu, you would see the link to Xness. All right, so that is that for that. Now, moving on, when you download the MetaTrader, like I said, you need a brokerage account to log into. Now, that brokerage account being Xness, you need to have an account with Xness. So once you use the link in the info message in the chat box, and then you go to Xness homepage, you'll be able to register a new account if you do not have a new account. Right. So if you do not have a new account, you can easily just click on register. You click on register, it will take you to another page. And whether you're using your mobile phone or you are using your web browser, you can still register an Xness account the same way. You can just go to use the link, go to their web page, right? Like I'm doing right now. Even if you're on your phone, you still be redirected to their web page, and you can still follow the same process. Just look for the register button from here. Click on that, you'll be redirected to another homepage, and you should verify. Click on verify that you are human, and then you'll be asked to input some basic details. All right, details like your name, your country of residence, and some other stuff. All right, so you can see you just need to input your country of residence, your email address, and a password. All right, this is all you need to do to create an account. And once you fill in these three, you click on register, and you would have the Xness account. All right. And mind you, when you are choosing your password, make sure to choose a password that is very, very strong. Right. Choose a password that is between 8 to 15 characters, that have at least one upper and one lower case, and also one number attached to it, because it is very, very vital. Your password needs to be very strong. Right. And once you do that, you'll be able to sign up an account. And if you sign up an account, you'll be brought to this area over here. All right. And then you can see you have different type of uh, functions over here. So for example, I created this demo account to show you guys how you can actually link your account to your MetaTrader, because we are dealing on the MetaTrader. So after downloading your MetaTrader, right, you can choose MetaTrader for Windows, or for Macs, or for Linux. Right, you can choose for Windows. Because I am on the Windows platform, I am going to use the download for Windows button. Now, if you do that, um, you would have it downloaded and you would install it on your laptop. And if you're using your phone, you would also have it installed on your phone. Now I'm going to show you how you can actually link uh, your Xness account with your MetaTrader account. So just give me a minute. And so I hope you guys can still see my screen. Hope everyone can still see my screen. Okay, cool. Um, so when you download that MetaTrader, it will look like this. All right, so this is the MetaTrader, and this is what it looks like. Once you have downloaded and installed it, it will look like this. Now, I want to take you through the step of linking your MetaTrader to your XNES account. Now, remember, if you go back to the XNES, homepage, we had this account over here. We had this demo account that we want to link to our MetaTrader. Now, before we do that, I'll show you an easy way to create a demo account to practice with, especially if you're a beginner. You are just starting out, you need a demo account to practice with. And XNES, you can create a demo account very, very easily. Now, all you simply need to do is make sure you are on demo, right? Make sure you are on demo, and then you go to open account. All right, once you click on open account, you would be redirected to this place over here. So you can choose what type of account you want to you want to open. So you can choose a standard account, a standard set account. You can choose a pro account, raw spread account, or even a zero spread account. So whatever you want to choose, you can actually choose that account, and then you go to continue. Once you click on continue, you'll be asked what currency you want that account to be in. You can choose whatever currency. You can even choose the Nigerian naira. If it's Nigerian naira you want to go with, if it is the United States dollar you want to go with, you can choose that. You can choose a nickname for your account. You can choose your leverage. Now with leverage, I usually tell people to choose 1 to 200 because this is best practice. All right, so that when you are transitioning into a real account, you do not get lured into thinking you can always use 1 to 2,000, 1 to 500, 1 to 1,000. For best practices and for your own self, I always recommend you use at maximum 1 is to 200 for starting out and for starters. All right. So you choose your platform, MetaTrader 5, because that is what we downloaded over here. You can see it is the MetaTrader 5 we downloaded. But if you did download MetaTrader 4 or you installed MetaTrader 4 on your PC or on your mobile phone, then you are going to be choosing MetaTrader 4. All right, so we are going to click on MetaTrader 5, and then we can set a trading password. All right, so this your trading password can be anything, but make sure it is between 8 to 15 characters. Make sure it has one upper and one lowercase letter. Make sure it has at least one number and a special character. The special character can be the percentage sign, can be the hash symbol, or any other symbol. All right, so I'm just going to choose password. Um, the So give me a minute. I don't know why it is not accepting my special character. Okay, so you can see everything is green over here right now. So everything needs to be ticked green before you can actually continue. So once everything is checked green, you click on create an account. Once you click on create an account, your account should be created automatically. So you can see that we now have a new account over here on demo. Was that demo or real? Oh, we actually did create a real account. We did create a real account. So I think the process where I actually made that mistake was during this process here. All right, we are supposed to click on demo over here. All right, so make sure you are setting up your account, make sure it is clicked on demo, make sure it is here. But while I was creating, it was on real, and that is why we have a real account. So once you are setting up your account, make sure you click on demo over here. All right, make sure it is on demo, but still on seal. Regardless, we have opened the account. I'm going to show you how to actually link that account to your MetaTrader. All right, so this is the account we just created over here, and this over here is how you actually link the account. So if you click on this three dotted line, you go to your account settings, all right, and you see everything about your account. You see your account ID, you see the nickname, the type, your leverage, and everything. So this server and this login is what we actually need to log into your MetaTrader. So you can see we have the server over here and we have the login. Now, if we go to our MetaTrader platform and we go to uh we have actually attached where is that? I think our navigator. Yeah, so we actually need to put our navigator. So if your navigator is not on, you go to view and you click on navigator. All right, so you should bring on your navigator, and then you go to accounts. All right, you can see we have Xness here, but you just what you need to do, you just go to account. When you go to account, you right click and you click on log into trade account. Once you click on log into trade account, it will pop up this um over here, this section over here where you need to put your login and your password. So we can easily now go back to our web page, copy our server, go to our MetaTrader, paste it here. All right. We copy our login. We go back to our web page, copy our login over here, paste that too, and then we impute the password we set for this account. Remember when we were setting our account, we said it needs to have at least 8 to 15 characters, one uppercase, one lower, or at least one uppercase and one lowercase, and a special character. All right. So this is it. Once you impute that password, you click on OK, and this should log you into your account. And you can see this has logged us into that new account we just created, and this is what it should look like. All right. This is absolutely what it should look like. You would have this section at the bottom over here where you see some kind of notifications on your mailbox section and every other thing. So this is where you have the symbols. This is where you have your symbols where you can actually add and remove any type of symbol you want. While this is not displaying is because this market is actually closed right now on the weekend. But if you want to see other, or if you want to add other symbol, we can click on add and then click on whatever symbol we want to look for. And click on the Bitcoin versus the United States dollar and enter that. And you'll see we can actually bring this into this area and you can see that it's displaying over here. So you can just drag this into this white area here and you should have it. Now if you're on your mobile phone, it is going to be a little bit different, but it is still the same step. All you need is this information over here. Your server, your login, and then that password. That is what you are going to use to log in to your account. All right. You are going to look for that and you are going to actually log in that same way. Now, once you have that, you are set to carry out your analysis. You are set to trade on the MetaTrader platform. You can see we have the tools here, the line tools. We have the trend line tools of which you can actually apply and carry out your analysis. So basically, if you download this, you should be able to go over it and just practice around the MetaTrader platform to see how you can actually get fond of it. All right, because practice, they say, makes perfect. And the only way to get very, very in tune with this platform is to always, use it, because that is the only way you get to explore what other options are there, how to add and how to remove your symbol, how to log in and how to log out of different accounts, how to, do many other things. All right. So basically, that is all it takes. But first, remember the process is before you even think of downloading and having a MetaTrader, you need to have a brokerage account. And like I said, if you want to sign up with any brokerage account, the link is on the income messages or the chat box. You can actually go there and you'll be able to use the link, register, and sign up your own different accounts. All right. So I'm going to log back into my previous account and show you guys something. But um, before we do that, please do note that this webinar session is being recorded. All right, so the session is being recorded, and if at all or after this meeting you need to have a review of that recording, it is going to be posted on YouTube. All right, so you can actually get the replay of this webinar on YouTube and you'll be able to rewatch them. All right, so I think that is clear. So if any one of you needs a recording of this, just please do note that it should be posted on YouTube and the link will be sent to you so that you can go and rewatch it. All right, that is by the side. So I did say that towards the end of this, I'm going to be showing you guys a an insight, or I'm going to be giving an insight to something. All right, pardon me. So, where was I? Where was I? Where was I? Okay, so this is so I'm going to be showing you guys how to actually carry out your analysis on this MetaTrader in conjunction with what I wanted to give earlier. So are you guys still with me? I hope everyone is with me. I hope everyone has been following. Before we even continue further, does anyone have any question from what we just discussed? How to download, how to install, how to sign up your account with Xness, anything? Does anyone have any question?
Yes, I have a question.
All right, shoot.
I'm not getting how you link that MetaTrader 5 to the Xness account.
Okay. So I'm
Also,
going
I
to go over
minimize my.
it.
Okay,
I'm going to go over it one more time. All
okay.
right, so make sure you listen. All right, so this is what I did here. So you know how I got to this point. Do you know
Yes,
how I got to
yes.
this point?
This
Okay, so
Xness account.
excellence, yes. So
Yeah.
I said what we need here is the server, the login, and the password we imputed or we chose when creating this particular account. Now, once
Okay.
we have all those three, we go to our MetaTrader that we
Okay.
installed and we make sure that our navigator is turned on. So this navigator is what allows you to link into your account. And then you click on this account over here, or you right click on it. Once you right click on it, once you right click on it on this
Mm-hmm.
account, to show you open an account. Now you click on log into trade account because we already have an account with Xness. All right. So once you click
Yeah.
on that log into trade account, we now copy and paste from here. You click your server, copy it, come over here, you just paste it here. You copy the login, you copy it, you come over here, you click
Okay.
on the login and you paste it, and then you impute the password, that password you
Okay.
chose.
My personal password.
Yes, your personal password that you chose
Okay.
while creating that Xness account. That is what you are going to impute here. Now, once you impute
Okay.
all of that, you click on OK, and it
Okay.
should log you in. Just all you need to do is make sure that everything is correct and you do not
Okay.
misplace one word here. Once you click on
All
login, it
right.
would log you into your account. So I hope you
Okay.
get it now.
Yeah.
That
Thank
is all you
you.
need to do.
Okay.
That is all you need to do.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you
It
very
should
much.
log you. Okay. All right. So because we still have more time, we are going to actually go over two trade reviews. that I actually did take this week. And first, let me start with this Euro card. Euro card. Because this was one of the trade I so Euro card, yeah. This is the first one I'm going to start with. We actually call this trade out on the Telegram. So if you're on Telegram group, you'd notice when we called out this trade to go for longs on Euro USD cards longs. Unfortunately, we did get stopped out over here, as you can see, if you can see my screen very well. You can see that I was taken out just by a few pips, and then the market just zoomed off to our target, the target we are looking out for. And give me a minute to okay. So this was one of the trades we called out earlier in the week, and the ideology was this. All right. So if you go to the daily time frame, all right, we could see that from previous weeks, all right, we've been having bullish up close candle days. So it has been green. When you see these green candlesticks, they're actually bullish up close candlesticks. Right. So we've been having all of these bullish up close candles, and then we've come down into this area, and then I was actually expecting that bullishness to continue. One of the reasons is that I knew for a fact that euro was stronger than the Canadian dollar, and then I was looking for bullishness. But then if we're going to the 4-hour time frame, we can also see that the market structure on the 4-hour time frame was actually supporting it. So we've been making higher highs from this point here. We've been making higher highs. We broke this side. We came back into this low. We took out liquidity over here. All right, we took out this liquidity over here, and then we pushed higher. So I knew for a fact that this was a reaction off of the fact that we've taken out liquidity, and we are now looking for the next side of liquidity, which was buy side liquidity. All right, that was what I was looking to take out. So I called it out. As you can see here, we called it out on our Coinlity community. And if you want to join the Coinlity community, the link is also on the chat box. All right, so go to the chat box and you'll be able to join the Coinlity community, and you can see the pin message where we call this out. This was the trade ideology, but unfortunately we did get stopped out before price even got to our target. This would be an amazing, I think, 3 point something risk to reward ratio that we could have banked on this one, but unfortunately it did not go our way. All right. But the link to the Telegram channel for the new guys is in the in chat message, all right, the in-call message. And this one went south, but I did have another outlook on Bitcoin, Bitcoin USD. All right. So if you can see the trade arrow over here, this was a trade, and this was my exit. Right, so I did not hold long enough to this point here. But what was the ideology of this trade? Let me cancel this. Let me delete this. The ideology is, if we look at the daily time frame, remember, I'm always a preacher of, when you're carrying out your analysis, always start from the higher time frame, because from the higher time frame, you would know where the market is going, and it should be very easy for you to make your decision on the lower time frame. So if you look at the higher time frame, you can actually see that we've been making what? Lower lows. Price has been breaking lower lows. Easiest way is to use your trend line too, and you can see that new lows are being created. All right, very, very easy on the daily time frame. Going to the 4-hour time frame, we are looking for what? Market structure. I think that market structure is supporting what? Bearishness, especially if you go into this section where we also see that the market structure is what? Bearish. We are making what? Lower highs and lower lows. So ultimately, when we see a market structure break, we wait for what? A retracement. We know that this is our what? Bearish order block. very easy. This was a very, very easy trade. All right. But this was for the private mentorship student that we call this out for. All right, not on the Telegram channel. So this was the entry. The stop loss was just above this high. So it was a refined stop loss. It was a refined stop loss just above this area here, just above this area here. Took the trade and dropped. What we were looking for, was just price to trade beneath these lows over here, and that's why you saw, that's why you see this execution. The whole positions were existed or were closed beneath this low because we're looking for that sell side liquidity. All right, and that was it for BTC United States dollar. So you can see the logic still repeats, and if we go to Euro USD, it is quite the same thing, quite the same logic. All right, we'll be making what bullish candles on the daily time frame. We go into the 4-hour time frame and we see what the market structure is also supporting that bullish narrative. Higher lows and higher highs are being created. So all I needed to see was the 1-hour market structure supporting in that line. So we see our market structure is making what new highs at this point here. This was on, I think this was on Wednesday. The price broke above this high. I knew for a fact that I wanted to get into this market, and I set a limit order at this particular high, which is a series of down close candle before this up close candle. So if you have actually purchased any of our course, you know what this is. This is an order block, right? Or bullish order block. So of course it is being taught in the advanced or in the ultimate forex course for beginners. All right, and you can see my limit order was set here exactly at that point. That was when my order was executed, and I took out my first position above this high and the second position at this point, and then the rest of the position was closed at this level here because it was on a Friday and I didn't want to hold any trades into the weekend. So practically that was it. So if you go through these 3 trades I actually looked at this week and took, you notice one thing in common. They always start with the higher time frame, and that is what we always preach when carrying out your analysis. Proper analysis do not just it's not just you going into the chart and trying to buy whatever market structure you see. It is carrying out your analysis on a higher time frame, understanding it correctly. Now, to you guys, it might not be as easy as you're just understanding the higher time frame. But if you practice a lot, if you do this a lot, you would understand what you need to know on the daily time frame to know if you're going to be buying or selling. All right, it is going to be way, way easy. But always do start with a higher time frame, and then your lower time frame is for your refined entry. That is where you execute your trades at. On the lower time frame, you execute your entries and you manage your stop loss. The amazing thing is that if you do this, you'll be able to minimize your stop loss and also maximize your take profit because you are going to be using a target on the daily time frame and using a stop loss on the 4-hour time frame. Now, to know more about this, you need to, of course, have studied the Ultimate Forex course for beginners. So if you are new and you do not know what the Ultimate Forex course for beginner is, it's actually one of our best course where we actually carry beginners from a beginning standpoint to a professional standpoint where they get to execute trades on their own. And all of these concepts that I use in taking these trades this week are all being taught in that particular course. And I also think the link to the Learnity course or the Learnity website is also in the income message. So if you go to the income message, you get the link to the Learnity courses. Now, there is something ongoing at Learnity, which is amazing. We are currently giving a 50% discount on our courses. So if you go to our website now and you want to purchase any of our courses, you actually get a 50% discount on that course. All right, but this offer do not last forever. So take it while it is still available, because it is not going to be available forever. If you're someone who is serious and you want to get started with trading, you want to start executing your trades, there is a better process, which is the Quantity process. Go to the Quantity website, get this course, because the course is what will help you. And when you get this course, you do not just get the course and binge watch it. Right? You don't just watch it like Netflix and chill. You watch it, you understand it, and then you study what is being taught in those courses. Because those are the things I myself do, and those are the things I also shared out in those courses. So if you're just watching the courses and you're not practicing with the elements or the structures or whatever is being taught in that course, then I think you're just wasting time, because you need to watch it, understand it, and also study with those concepts that are in that course. All right. So I hope this would give you guys insight to what can be achievable. Trust me, uh, these these trades I took this week really took about less than 30-45 minutes of analysis doing, right? I know that for beginners it is going to look like a lot of a hell of a process, but trust me, once you practice enough, once you do this enough, you would get used to it, and it will be very, very easy for you. You can go alongside doing other things and getting other things. One thing I like to tell people is this: trading does not need to be your main source, but trading can pay for whatever you want. Right? Think of having to not worry about your electricity bill, your rent, your any bill that you have at all. Think of meeting your needs with just trading, and then every extra money you have can be on whatever personal stuff you want to do. But trust me when I say this, trust me when I'm telling you that trading can pay for everything you need. Everything you need. Right? It doesn't need to pay for the luxury, the Lamborghinis and everything, but your rent, your children's school fees, your day-to-day meal, and your day-to-day activities, it can be achieved if you actually study whatever is being taught in our webinars, whatever is being shared on our YouTube, whatever is being taught in our free guidelines that we give to you guys both on YouTube and on Telegram channel. If you can just study those things, study is dedicate your time to studying them. Trust me when I'm telling you. All right, you can also achieve these things. For now, it might not be easy, but once you get to that level, it is going to be super easy, and it's going to be like watching Netflix and chill. But for now, if you are starting out, you need to put the work in. You need to get to the level where you have practiced a lot and you understand what you are doing. Then you just watch out how everything is going to be super easy for you. So this is me telling you guys to continue and do not give up. Even I know for a fact, I do know for a fact that most of you are going through a lot, because trust me, when I started out, it was also the same thing. It was like a lot, and I almost quit like multiple times. But thank God I did not quit, and that thank God for Forex. In fact, that's what I can say. Thank God for Forex, because if not for Forex, man, I can't say anything other than that. So this is all for today's webinar. This is all for today's webinar. And if you have any question, Abigail said she cannot find the link. Of course, she should be able to find the link, and the link will be shared. The link will be shared. Just it's pinned. The link is pinned in the message, because I can see the links in the messages. I think all of the links are there. So if you have any question, you can ask me now. Okay. Uh, let's go back to. Let's just go back to. Okay, so someone asked the question if we set structure on the higher time frame, support and resistance, and we want to lower time frame to find entry. Is it an ideal? to set our stop loss and take profits on the higher time frame. Wow, very interesting question. A very interesting question. Now, this is what I'll say to you, right? When you are carrying your higher time frame on the daily, on the higher time frame, or you are carrying your market structure on daily time frame, the reason you are going into your lower time frame is so that you can refine your entry. Now, you can do it both ways. All right. Let's say, for example, this trade over here, I could have done this 2 ways. I know I was bullish, I wanted to buy. All right. This is what I would do if I wanted to use the daily time frame for my stop loss. All right. If I knew that this day, or I was expecting bullishness this day, on this particular day, let me zoom in. I think this is the maximum I can zoom in. I was expecting bullishness this day. All right. And I moved into my 4 hour time frame. First, the first reason I'm moving into this 4 hour time frame is so that I do not use a higher time frame or a daily time frame stop loss, which means automatically my stop loss is going to be on the 4 hour or on the 1 hour time frame. All right. But my target is also going to be on the daily levels, but I am also going to look out for what, for 4 hour levels where I can take profits from. So I'll show you what I'm saying. So if I should zoom in, we have this old high here, which is a daily high. We have that daily high, which was one of the targets I was looking for, and we also had this ultimate high over here. Now, if I told you I was looking for this high to be taken out just because I'm bullish, no, that was not what I was looking for. I had this high in mind, and I also had this, all right, this was the daily high I had in mind. That was the ultimate target where I was looking for. That was the ultimate target where I was looking for. Now, one thing with doing your higher time frame analysis and going to the lower time frame, it doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, you go in and you must always put your stop loss or profit one place. What you need to do is, if you carry out your daily time frame, your market structure and daily time frame, and you drop into a lower time frame, 4 hour, 1 hour, your stop loss should be on that 1 hour. Your take profit should also be on a 1 hour structure for take profit one. I don't know if you're understanding me. For your first partial, it should be on a 1 hour structure. Then for the overall target, it should be on that daily structure. Because the reason is because there is no guarantee that price might run into that daily structure you are looking for, because you are taking a lower time, you're using a lower time frame stop loss, which means that if price should retrace for a lower time frame liquidity, it could easily take you out and still continue going in that direction which you're looking for on the daily time frame. Which is why first you need to secure some profits on that lower time frame structure you are looking for, and then hold for the ultimate target, which is exactly what I did here. So I took my trade from the 1 hour. All right, I set my limit order on the 1 hour time frame. All right, over here, I took my first entry here. My first stop loss, which I removed a little portion of my position, was first above this side, and you can see that here. I first took a little bit off the whole total position, and I moved my stop loss to break even, and then left the rest for this high. All right, so price came into this level. I took out another while still eyeing this high over here, but unfortunately we did not get to that high, so I just closed out everything because on a Friday. Now the point I'm trying to make is your stop loss and take profit level do not need to be a hardcore process if you eventually get to the level where I am. But for best practices and for if you are starting out, always do take profits at any lower time frame structure you see. That is best practice if you are just starting out. But once you come to deeper level of understanding, you'll be able to manage positions regardless of the market structure you're looking for, or the lower time frame or the higher time frame, because you now know how to, set your levels and follow price action. All right. So for best practice, if you're starting out, always take a little bit of position above that 1 hour structure you are seeing. So do not just do your analysis on the daily charts. Take your position on the lower time frame and now hold all of your position to this high as your daily targets. Because if price should retrace a little bit below these lows, it would have stopped me out and can still continue going higher, because what we have a mitigation block here, which is a form of an order block, of which price can still retrace into and continue going higher. So I hope that is clear. Does that answer your question, Mr. Nathaniel?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Very, very clear.
All right, that's good. All right, so if anybody has any other question, now is the time. If not, I think that'll be all for the webinar. Remember, the webinar is being recorded, so if at any point you need a recording of it, just be patient. It will be posted on YouTube, and then you can actually watch this session if you want. And do not forget, guys, to also join the Telegram community, because every week we are going to be giving out 1 or 2 trades for the free Telegram community for you guys to follow along. And if you one who wants to advance in knowledge quickly, then I recommend you go for the Learnity Ultimate Forex course for beginner, or the Learnity Foundation course if you are an absolute beginner and you need guidance. So with that said, any question, or we call it a day?
Thank you very much. I really appreciate.
All right. You're very much welcome.
Thank you.
All right, guys. It's nice to have all of you here. It's nice to have you all on here. And this brings us to the end of the session. I hope you gain 1 or 2 insightful things from it. And I'll always tell people who wants to come into trading to never give up, because it might not be an easy task. It might not be an easy task at the start, but eventually it gets easy by the way. And all I can say is thank God for trading. And I'll be leaving you guys here. Please do have and enjoy the rest of your day. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you very much, and you too.
All right. Peace. Back,